Now, I'm only going off of what I know publicly and what I saw in the video, and I still disagree with it. Because what the McMichaels said happened, and I have, in Brunswick, the Brunswick News published the 911 transcript, and the whole thing, the McMichaels defense is that this guy was a burglar, and they were pursuing him because they have the right in Georgia to conduct a citizen's arrest. Yes, but there are restrictions. And so the George Barnhill was saying that this is why there is no probable cause to have arrested them at this time. And he said that he believed, George Barnhill, in writing, that the autopsy confirms what we know with witness statements, and that they were in hot pursuit of a burglary suspect, and they had solid firsthand probable cause in their neighborhood, and they told him to stop, and their intent was to stop and hold him until law enforcement arrived. But it appears, basically he was saying that they had firearms carried in an open fashion, and that and I had mentioned this, by the way, this is the letter that I had mentioned earlier. But they said, but his argument was that because Arbery had a skirmish with Travis McMichael, and that Arbery had grabbed the barrel of his gun, that, oh, well, no, he can defend his life now at that point. And then they said, oh, his mental health records and prior convictions, he had a shoplifting conviction, like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, help explain his apparent aggressive nature and his thought pattern to attack this guy. I'm going to tell you something, and I want y'all to hear me clearly. If I was out running or doing my thing and two people came up on me armed and drew down on me, I guarantee you I'm going to have more training than them, and you're going to be sending two people home in body bags. I will drop their asses. I'm not going to apologize for my French, because this kind of stuff is what makes it harder for good people who want to carry and not have to constantly look over their shoulder at lawyers coming after them. This kind of stuff is what freaks us out. I watched this video, and I guarantee you I have gobbled up every bit of public information about this. You have somebody pointing a gun at me, I will drop you without hesitation. Has anyone thought at any point that maybe Arbery was engaging in self-defense? I mean, are we at the point where everything is so politically, partisanly tribal that we can't stop for a minute and be like, whoa, 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 it does not have to be either or? Can we stop for a second and look at all facets of this situation? I guarantee you I'm going to get email about this, and the people who want to send me snotty email, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how good I am with target acquisition, because I'm going to print your email out and I'm going to use it as target practice. So don't. This stuff aggravates me. I didn't like Barnhill's letter. It was petty and unnecessary. So apparently on February 23rd, they have these 911 transcripts, right? They said that someone had called in to report a black man in a white t-shirt walking in a house under construction. And apparently it was all open. It's ongoing construction. Who hasn't done this when there's something that's been constructed? I have a friend right now, there was a house being built right next to hers, and her kids went to go look at it. And does that mean you're going to sit here and run up on people in a pickup truck, guns a-blazing? And so they called and they said, oh, there's a guy in the house right now. And he even said it's all open. It's under construction. And the man interrupted to say that Arbery was leaving. He goes, there he goes right now. The dispatcher said, it's fine. I'll get police out. I just need to know what he was doing wrong. Was he just on the premises and not where he was supposed to be? And then the next sentence was garbled, and it said, and he's been caught on camera a bunch at night. It's an ongoing thing. The man building the house has got heart issues. I think he's not going to finish it. The dispatcher said, okay, that's fine. And you said he was a male in a black t-shirt. And the guy said, no, black guy, white t-shirt. He's run into the neighborhood again. And then minutes later, another person called 911. The transcript from Brunswick News says, I'm out here at Satia Shores. There's a black male running down the street. The dispatcher asks, where at Satia Shores? The man says, I don't know what street we're on. Stop, he can be heard shouting, watch that, stop, damn it, stop. The call went blank for several minutes, with the dispatcher trying several times to reach the caller. The call eventually hangs up. Now, apparently, Arbery's friends and family said that he likes to stay fit and he jogs around the neighborhood. But McMichael said, oh, we've had break-ins, and we think he's the burglar. They never actually said what proof they had that he was the burglar or what has been stolen. I don't know. But he grabbed his, he grabbed his .357 Magnum. His son grabbed a shotgun, and they pursued him in the vehicle. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can, because McMichael said that they saw an unidentified male. They shouted, "Stop, stop, we want to talk to you." McMichael stated that they pulled up beside the male. They shouted again to stop. Travis exited the vehicle with the shotgun, and McMichael said the male then began to attack Travis. Well, you know what? I'm telling you what, if I have somebody coming at me with a gun, how do you think I'm going to react? And Arbery was wearing workout clothes. He was running with his hands in clear view. He wasn't holding a weapon. And I want to go back to, remember how I said he was running on the road and then he crossed over to the right side? It looked like he was trying to avoid these guys. Now, you can have citizen's arrest, sure. Citizen's arrest is not you chasing somebody down and then drawing on them. Also, in Georgia, citizens must immediately take the suspect to a judicial officer or just simply wait for an officer to show up. Because if you try to take them into custody and you don't have probable cause, guess what? You just committed a crime, because that's unlawful imprisonment. You just kidnapped somebody. You could be looking at a felony. I don't know why they felt they needed to do armed pursuit. In most defensive cases, the moment you start pursuing someone, you are the aggressor. I've done so much training, and I have to do so much training, and I have to know the law in so many damn states because of stuff like this. I did some training where we were doing a simulation, and it was a place where they trained SWAT and all this stuff, and I was doing a simulation as to, here I am, a woman, and I'm getting gas in my car at night, and what happens if they send some guy, and it was force-on-force training, what happens if they send some guy running up at me? And according to the lawyers in a number of different states, I would have been charged with the felony because I drew down too quick on the guy because he was too far from me. I'm not even kidding you. You want to know why it's hard for gun owners, law-abiding gun owners? Because they got to deal with stuff like this. That's why I get, this infuriates me because of that. A number of reasons, but also because of that. There's no way that this is not defensible. You can get mad at me all you want to. Like I said, people can send me the hate mail and I'll print it out and shoot at it. But this is not defensible. It is not. So now they've been charged. They were arrested and they were charged. By the way, in Georgia law, and I went and I found this too. Actually, I asked a friend of mine who's an attorney. It's Title 16, Crimes and Offenses. Chapter 11, Article 4, subsection 16, it is actually illegal to draw down on someone in Georgia. It's illegal in every state, unless basically they're about to kill you. You can't point a firearm. You cannot draw down on someone unless you have this legal framework to do so. And in fact, in some states, low ready and fully presenting your firearm at someone is the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony. So this is the thing that is infuriating me. You know why we have to know all this stuff? Because of this. Stuff like this. And like I said, if I was Ahmaud Arbery, well, first off, I'd be armed. Secondly, two people come up on me like this, you will leave in a coroner's car. End of story. There was no proof at all whatsoever that this guy had robbed anything. No proof. You can't just get a hair up your butt and be like, all right, let's go chase this guy down. Are you kidding me? The hell's wrong with you? I will fight you. Do it. I'm just done. I'm done. I get so aggravated at this stuff. This is the stuff that makes it hard for everybody else. And this is the thing that's always used as like the avatar of all gun owners to go against every other gun owner out there. It is not defensible, period.